Good morning, folks. Another glorious day by the river. Today the plan is to put the roof on. Because we're right at the 13.5 feet, instead of putting some strapping on the top, because typically when you put that sort of roofing, you'll put some strapping. So with this way, right on the roof, we've got 3/4 inch plywood. So we know that the screws are gonna have tons of hold. Plus, I won't have to be afraid to walk anywhere on that roof because everything will be flush. And we're staying inside of that 13.5 feet regulation. That's what the plan is. And as you know, plans can change. And you gotta roll it. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. Let's go for it. So the first thing that we're doing is we're looking at the first sheet. Now you see how it's overlapping on each side. So this sheet is 102 inches. That's okay because there is a down incline. So it's within that legal width and it's extending on both sides. And that just gives us that lip that we'll need. So we're gonna go cut some plywood to put underneath it to give it some support. And then we can just go one sheet on top of the other. So we're gonna start on this end and then finish on the other end to make a nice flow for the water and the wind. All right, so as I mentioned up there, we have an extra 1.5 inches on each side. What we've done is we've taken some 3/4 inch plywood and we're stacking them. And then we gave it the 7 degree pitch to match the roof. And then this goes right down to this lip, and the siding is going to sit underneath this 1.5 inches, and the lip is going to let the rain go off and just make a bit of an edge for us. And that's going to sit on either side and give us that maximum of 102 inches. What we're doing is we're making sure that the joints are interwoven, I guess, just to make sure that there's not two same joints here. So we just start with a small piece and then a break here, the longer piece and a break there, just so the breaks are not exactly the same place. So we tied a string on one end to the other end of the roof. Now, if everything was perfect, which rarely happens, never happens in construction, this line would be dead against here, but there is an edge. So we have no choice but to take the roofing and bring it to this line, which means we'll leave a gap. But the roofing is perfectly square because it was machine cut. So we're gonna have to let it bleed over here so that the roofing sit perfectly. So there is a little bow to the roof, but you can only try to do the best that you can. And I think it'll be fine. Just have to let the roofing win in this case. So, it's aluminum roofing. A lot of modifications that a person makes. So, we try to fit it as best we can. Folding it over, but it looks pretty good. Just working on the edges. All right, I am beat. What a day. So we put the metal or the aluminum roofing, sorry, pretty exhausted. A long, hot July day. I think putting the roofing on was probably one of the toughest technical projects that I've done. Just a lot of little things to think about, and also just the toughness of having to go through some aluminum flashing with screws and all that. A bit of a lesson, a little disappointing. We had planned to put 24 screws, so 4 rows or 6 rows of 4 on each of these panels, and the pieces said that there was enough screws to do it, but there wasn't. So unfortunately, we have to go back to the manufacturer of the screws or of the roofing to see if we can have some extra screws. Also missing a piece of foam that wasn't included. So I think a lesson there is just to, when you order something, just assume that maybe not all the pieces are there. So give it a quick check beforehand. But it's fine because we're able to put some screws, make some adjustments. But I guess that's just how it is with construction and anything else. You plan, and then you check what you've got, and then you make modifications and you make it work. So super proud of today, exhausted, and I'm going to probably go look for an ice cream somewhere and enjoy a nice evening in this beautiful sun. Maybe make a little fire. Anyways, my friends, thank you once again for joining us. Roofing's on. Next time, we're gonna look at putting some doors. So I hope that you join me for this. Enjoy your evening, everybody. God bless.